My name's Ian Aber, and this is Straight People. We are recording live in my husband's basement, as we do, and we're joined this week by our guest, Gilbert Lawand, everybody. How you doing, Gilbert?
I'm doing great. I can't believe it's my first time here.
Time here in
Atlanta.
Atlanta?
No, at Ian and Payne's place.
Yeah, well, Payne and Ian's, I guess.
Payne and Ian. Well,
he insists.
He does. Well, he's not here, so I don't know why you're like winking at me.
Well, this we keep him in this cage.
In that
right
cage?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I could be in there.
You fit a whole human.
Is that a John McCain cage?
Yeah, exactly. It's from like John McCain brand.
Well, I mean,
he had his own.
I don't like the ones that get caught.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we're getting into it. Welcome to Straight People, the podcast that sometimes is even about straight people. We even talk about it. You are like, what's your official title? If Joe Pettis is the mayor of Atlanta Comedy, what are you, the Grand Duke or?
I'm one of the Grand Duke.
The Godfather.
I'm the Putin of I'm one of the forefathers. And
okay.
And not 4 OFRE, but 4.
Okay.
And I don't know who the other 3 are.
The 4. Okay, exactly.
That's funny. Joe's definitely the mayor, and
well, he calls himself that, and that's what his title is on Reddit.
Which is funny because most people, like, when they call somebody the mayor, they're like, it's usually like people that going, "Hey, that's you, the mayor. You're Mr. Social." They're like, "No, I'm the mayor.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got the scissors. I've got the booking power. I've got it all."
He does.
Joe is great, man.
Absolutely.
He started like.
Let's just the whole podcast talk about how great Joe is.
Yeah. So we're like, well, I really need a spot tonight. Exactly. I got to do 5 minutes to send in to somebody that's not going to watch it. Joe started like shortly after I did, and I remember like he wasn't a bad guy ever. He's never been a bad person, but I used to like. Wasn't very sure about him, like how much he respected comedy. Cause he's one of the guys that got into comedy. Yeah. That was like, it's an excuse to party, sort of.
Yeah.
But they started running shows, and all of a sudden I was like, oh man, this guy is the best. I mean, he really gives a fuck.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And there was definitely that transition. There was like, I remember
it was a short
when I first started, he had just been starting running Sweetwater, and so it was like I could see his mind going from how fun it was to. Like that it ran well and that it was a good show, like and he was the first person that so when I started my own show, he was the only person I could look at and go, how do you do you know what I mean? And he would tell you,
because there's so many there's so many nuances.
He barely knew, but he would be like, he's like a piano player one lesson ahead, but I was like, okay, show me again, or whatever.
He did the thing that he still does now that he did from day one, for as far as I know. And even if you don't know what you're doing, the one thing you do know is be consistent every week. Like he's like, every time he shushes somebody in the back of Highland Ballroom, I'm like, yeah, you do. That's why you're doing it. Like you give a shit, and you have to do it. Like you put on
sometimes people ask me that though. They'll go, why doesn't Joe book me? And I go, well, how loud are you in his showroom?
Yeah.
Because that could just be it. It could just be that he thinks you're loud and don't shut up.
And that's a valid thing because if you're like,
he makes it very clear,
I always get I'll get a shush every 2 or 3 times I'm there, like once every 2, and I'll be like, and it's me going forgetting that because I like to riff, I just go outside. That's my title's Riff Master.
The Riff Master.
Yeah, I'm only funny in green rooms. This room is not green enough.
It is not. We could paint it. I've always said that the idea, your show in my mind would be that it opens with you in the green room, surrounded by all the comedians who are going to be on the show tonight, and then they go out on stage and tell about 2 or 3 minutes of jokes, and then it cuts back to you, and you don't see their whole set. It's you in the green room talking to all those other comics, and they're just on a TV in the background.
I mean, have I told you about this? I
don't know. I mean, that's like the image in my head. So you may have told
the
it to
image.
me,
I don't think I have. I think we've talked about it in like more general stuff. Yeah. But that's what I've been. That's where that's where I am. Also, I'm like in my career. I'm like,
why aren't you hosting a podcast? I guess is the question.
I don't know. Somebody else asked me that. The reason is because, and I got to get over this part of me is that I want to so bad because this is why I was looking forward to this too. Yeah. You're great and it's fun. My favorite thing in the world is riffing with comedians and but I've been in like such flux where I moved back from New York like a year or 2 ago. Yeah. And then I'm like not sure if I'm gonna go back permanently or more like off and on. Yeah. And so with a podcast, I'm like I got to be like. Because that's another thing. Just like with what we said about Pettis and running good shows, then this more than I do, way more. It's like podcast more than anything. It's got to be consistent.
Consistent, and I wasn't though. I like
it makes the biggest difference.
Yeah, I see like a year lapse from when I started, so I'm like starting over basically.
Yeah, but you have so much like other stuff going on too that you your consistency will yield quicker results than you 2-3 years ago.
Like what I'm doing to get around is I'm doing seasons. So I'll put like 12 episodes out. And like over the course of like 6 months, I'll put out about 50 episodes.
Well, see, that works too. Yeah. Whatever the consistent thing is, that means like every week. Most people try to do every week, but like that's just as, it can be just as impactful or beneficial. But I've been like, oh man, like I don't want to, so it would, I guess I would have to be, a single person one like you're doing, and then have the equipment and just like have this. But the idea I was thinking about is comedians like interviewing comedians about music and then interviewing musicians about comedy.
Okay.
Because like they go kind of hand in hand.
They do. There's a lot of comedians that want to be musicians.
Totally.
A lot of musicians that think they're comedians.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but they definitely go hand in hand. Like, and I think that's a very interesting point because it's all about like making the audience feel something and conveying whatever it is. So like I like laughter is what I get paid off in.
Well, laughter
but
is the
like
best.
the ideas of the joke, it's what keeps me going is the jokes.
Right.
So laughter is great as the payoff, but like the act of writing jokes and being funny and editing them and getting a new laugh or taking something old and making it great or writing a joke in the car and then doing it on stage and it works.
I know, it's the
that
best.
kind of shit. It's like it feels amazing.
That reaction is like very unique amongst any kind of like human response thing because it truly is a involuntary action. Like true laughter is just like it's like almost like a hiccup or like whatever. So it's a weird way. It's a weird like power. Especially I remember the first 5 times I went to the Punchline before I did comedy was to see Brian Regan every time. Yeah. And I was dating this girl and we would just take a different couple or like different friends. Yeah. Because they were like such a monster and and especially in that fucking like tight club scene like setting. Yep. And the lights would come on and people would just be breathing hard like. I'm like that's like actual change their physical situation. Yeah. Because laughter is like immediate. Yeah. But music, nothing beats that. Like if you're, especially if you're on a little bit of Molly and you got a jam band going, it's day 3, you're gonna make it through Red Rocks.
He loves all of that.
He does?
I say that like we've seen the Dave Matthews Band together so many times.
Really?
Yeah, so many times over the years, and Fish and
I've seen
all of it.
I've seen Widespread Panic almost 50 times, I think.
Yeah, I've seen some Widespread. But I also went to see, when I was in high school, I went and saw a bunch of Grateful Dead shows.
Did you?
For like a summer for 2 months and followed.
That's cool.
It was really fun. I mean, it was all the drugs though. It was like
it was drugs.
I mean, the music was great, but the drugs were amazing. Yeah.
The drugs are amazing, but that music is amazing with those drugs.
Absolutely.
It's like it's not. You can't just take like. Although some of those ecstasy pills, in the late '90s, 2000s, it would have made like a fart sound like a good, band. But like. But even that taken.
Is it not pure now though? I feel like
I think it is pure. That's why it's not as good.
You think? Because we would get whatever, and it was a mix of MDMA and speed. And
but they had the ones that were like it was almost like a before Yelp.
This is a nostalgic drug.
Yeah,
Do you remember the beans from yesterday?
Oh man, you remember the Mitsubishi double stacks? Oh my God, Brett Long spinning a backstreet at 5 a.m. just when a guy's getting started.
How funny!
He's on the top, and we're taking.
So this is a perfect place. How do you identify? Are you a straight person? Welcome to Straight People, by the way.
Oh, hey.
We're 8 minutes in. We're 8 minutes in. Get it. No, but this is a great place. So you're talking about Backstreet, legendary gay bar in Atlanta, but you're straight. You're a straightie, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Everybody knows that. I'm probably the straightest guy on the planet.
That's what you keep saying.
What if I keep getting defensive? I'm like, yeah, dude. I mean, look at me. I'm like the Marlboro
just
man.
Just because I disappear for 3 days during Black Gay Pride don't mean I ain't straight.
Yeah, it means I got secrets. Read my blog, y'all.
Right. Your live journal.
Yeah.
The Download Atlanta.
That was my first experience with like gay people, the gay community.
Was Black Gay Pride?
No, it was Backstreet. Yeah.
During Black Gay Pride?
No, that'd been great. Like I used to live like on Metropolis, right across from like Bulldogs.
Yeah.
And so I was on the corner unit. So like when it was Gay Black Pride, it was like crazy.
Yeah.
And it was like everybody partying until
Metropolis. Which one is that?
The one that's
Does it have the Irish bar in it? Is that the one?
Yeah, it's the one that's like it's on the other side of the street from Vortex.
Yeah.
But on the same side in one block. Going north,
north.
Yeah, 7th Avenue. So it's that big that building. It's like one of the oldest like high rises.
Okay.
That's where it was like like Backstreet was like a few blocks from there. By the way, we're only the people that are our age that have like that had problems partying. Will know what we're talking about. Backstreet was the most amazing.
I mean, if my friends are listening to this,
they are. Okay,
I'm assuming that some of my high school friends will be listening.
There's a Facebook group called I Partied at Backstreet.
I'm in that group.
And I get today. Every now and then I'll
somebody
see
posted a video that I was in.
No way.
Yes, there was a Mr. Gay Atlanta, whatever year it was, because I lived around the corner.
We talked about this before. You and I have been in that building so many times at the same time.
Yeah. Like there has to be.
It was by far.
But there was a somebody, they had a gay pageant, a male pageant, and one of my friends entered it, and I had a
not drag. It was like
no, it was like boys, like who's Mr. Gay Atlanta.
Okay,
And he I had a Himalayan kitten named Love. Kitten, and so I took my kitten from my house on 8th Street, brought it over to Backstreet, and he had it in a top hat. And when he took the top hat out,
oh my God,
he had the cat, and he won that night. Trust me.
Jesus,
but they freaked out. All the gays were like, "What?"
They're like perfect use of space.
So it was his formal wear, and then accompanied tonight by the Himalayan kitten.
Oh my God!
And you see me like immediately take the cat and leave. Like,
when he got that kid, he's probably like, the Himalayan thing's not really going to come up as a novelty that much. And then fast forward to being like the perfect intro for perfect animal for perfect performance. That place was like, there were so many crazy performances there.
Oh, absolutely! I saw like all kinds of crazy shit.
I did too. I saw Janet Jackson there. I saw like,
wow.
But like she was like, there were people like that were always walking out as people like me were walking in. They were like, hey, we're gonna party till 3, which is crazy.
Shift change.
Yeah. Shift change. I used to plow through 2 or 3 shift change there. Like this actually happened to me.
So you've been run out of the downstairs, run out from the upstairs.
I'm not kidding with you when I say I've been down there till the run out downstairs when they're cleaning up, and then leaving to go to a after hours party, and those after hours now being noon, like around Midtown, and then going back to Backstreet like early, So like on like literally spending the whole fucking time there, like and this is very embarrassing story / evidence of what I'm saying or example. And on the back, remember the back porch? There would be like there's a payphone back there. That's where everybody's like hanging out and like smoking. It's outside, and there's a payphone there. And and one time it was like probably 10, 11 a.m. and that phone rang, and I was just like on the side of the deck or whatever. So it would ring every now and then, just random shit. Somebody answered it, and then a minute later, just this guy walked up to me and goes, "Hey, are you Gilbert?" And I go, "Yeah, why?" He's like, "There's a phone call for you." And I'm like, I know he's not lying because I fucking heard the phone.
Yeah.
And I get on the phone, and my friend Jason's like, "You fucking loser."
Oh my God.
But he was like a partier too, but I was still there.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, this could not make me feel worse right now than being 11 a.m. and having a call from reality. Reality is supposed to be postponed for a while. And you're like, I'm going to deal with this later emotionally.
I can't believe they got rid of Backstreet. That was such a bad
Dude, it was by
Atlanta
far,
would be so cool right now. I mean, because it would still be
so
there.
Cool.
It'd be pretty much all straight now, though, I would say. But
no, I don't think it would. I don't think that we'd let that happen. And we being like an ally,
well, no, but I mean, it was like pretty much 50-50 by the end. And that's a
certain
lot.
nights, like the closer you got to the weekends,
Saturday.
The Monday afternoon shift was pretty hardcore.
Oh, sure,
which I went to a few times.
Yeah, I think I spent a Christmas Eve there.
Did you?
My brother came to town with his then girlfriend, and I had this boyfriend who wasn't old enough to get in, but we got him in.
Yeah.
And we were like one of like 10 people there. I mean, it was very sad.
I've had those sad ones too.
Yeah,
but at that point,
sad.
you're like, it was always me and my friend Chris when grad school. We were just like, I mean, it's ridiculous when I think about the physical toll our partying did. It was unbelievable. But like, it was by far the funnest place I've ever been to. And if I ever go somewhere near as fun as that, it'll be amazing. Because it was Saturday night there was just like pure heaven.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
if you wanted to party and drink and carouse,
it was the best.
It was the best. And
you get those rolls, and you hang out with everybody's like, the vibe in there was so cool.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say as far as like getting to know like the gay community, because at that point I had been, grew up in a small town, and after high school, go to like a bigger university, or whatever, but still conservative, like sort of. So I didn't really know any gay people. And then my girlfriend and I broke up, and then I started like partying, like, and it was the best. Like, and I lived in Metropolis, like I lived over there, so like I I would like really get to know like and some of my best friends like this is a crazy story. Like my friend of mine, Roxana, who I went to college with, beautiful girl that like lived in New York for a while. She's like this tall Persian girl who like is a partier, but not like not like hardcore. Like she's just like real cool.
Yeah.
And she's like, one night we were in Buckhead, and she was like, it was like 1 a.m. or 2, and she's like, I've never been to Backstreet. I know you go all the time. I want you to take me. So we went, and it was like 2:30, 3 a.m. Downstairs. You know where the pool table is?
Yeah.
So there's that big circle you can kind of make as you're standing there. You can either go to the bathroom or just keep circling.
Yeah.
So we're first like people that draw our eye was like this tall dude wearing like leather, like spikes on his like chest, and then like he was being pulled by his way shorter boyfriend with a leash, who was wearing like even more aggressive, like whatever. And we're just staring at like, well, look how crazy that is. And when they got around to like where we were, without missing a beat, they kept walking, but they go, "Hey Gilbert, how you been?" And I go, "Oh my God, I've got a drug problem." But they were Todd and Jamie. They became some of my best friends, and it was just so funny. She was like, "Jesus,
hey Gilbert, how you doing?"
They had those cards.
Yeah.
So you're like the way they got around staying open all the time.
Quarterly,
They were actually
a membership.
Yeah, it was a membership.
Yeah,
it was a club. So if you
and that was all of the 24-hour clubs at the same
club
deal.
Anytime. Yeah.
And it was these licenses that were like I think they weren't none of them were transferable.
Right.
So like as people died off or whatever happened, that's basically how they got rid of them.
Oh, you mean the like the legality? Yeah.
So like Club 112 was owned so it was this black 24-hour club, but it was
Cheshire,
but it was like an American Legion originally or something. It was some weird.
And then you're right, especially in Backstreet had that. Also, some
Club Anytime, and that was back. See, Atlanta, it was so weird because it was like Atlanta was just, in the '90s was completely segregated in that regard. Like the late night life was that way.
Totally.
And then there was the Cove, which the Cove is where you really went for fucking drugs.
Really?
Like when the Cove closed is when Backstreet became a drug club, which is so weird because Backstreet was where you would go to the Clove to get your drugs and then go to Backstreet to party.
Oh, I got you.
Because it was like no mess, no fuss. Backstreet, they didn't want you to be selling drugs in their club or whatever.
Yeah, and you know what happened one night was like, so my deal every Saturday night with our group, which would typically be between like 6 or 8 or 20 people, depending on how many like these partiers that like we wouldn't necessarily go out together, but we'd always end up. And so my thing was always like collecting everybody's money, and I'd go downstairs, find heavy, get the double stacks, get like 18 or like I would get it for everybody. Yeah. And so I would do that like almost every Saturday. And one night the bartender saw me do it. I was like not sloppy, but not just like as on the deal as I should have been. Yeah. And I was like, oh, fuck. But so I go upstairs and I dole them out. I take mine. And then the security comes up to me and, tells me they saw, whatever. So they kicked me out, right? And I'm downstairs starting to roll my balls off. And this is Saturday night. This is like my fucking whole, this is what I live for. Because my whole identity was partying, and that was like the night. And I'm furious that they kicked me out.
What year is this?
This is like 2003.
How funny.
But how dumb it is like I was outside. Finally, I go, oh, they just saw me buy a shitload of illegal drugs, and all they did was kick me out. They didn't just kick me out. They gave me a 24-hour ban. Yeah. That's how and I'm down here furious. I could be in jail, but all they're like, hey, you got to leave. And I'm like, no.
Not the party. That's funny.
It was the best, man.
Wow.
I used to never take those cards out. Because it's officially like a membership club.
Do you still?
They're somewhere.
No. I was like Molly, and do you still do any of that?
Not really. Like I do.
Really?
No, I do it. I would do it. I've done it I'm trying to think. Last time I did it was probably a year and a half ago. I've been doing it like when I was living in New York, probably a couple times a year, 2 or 3 times. Yeah. Not like on a calendar, but not very often. But also Molly is not that great. It's okay to me compared to what we're talking.
What we were getting back then.
Yeah, those were like, oh my God, I cannot feel better than this.
But then was it that you were reacting to the speed as much as the? Yeah. Because I always thought those were all come with speed, and then.
Well, that's what I was about to say. It's like we were about to talk about it, and we got sidetracked. But the reason. You're like, isn't it more pure now? And I said, yes, and that's not good in my opinion, because you cutting up with stuff.
The combo made it better.
But cutting it up with stuff you're not sure what it is. Yeah, it's probably got a little heroin in it, but speed or whatever. But it wasn't haphazard. These were coming out of fucking Amsterdam. They were like these chemists were making these, and the imprints were so detailed that you couldn't fake. If there's a Superman or Mitsubishi or a mud flap, then everything was like you're like, oh, this is that from that batch, and you pretty much know that they're going to be. So even though you're not sure it's 100% MDMA, it's got whatever, it's consistent, and you just be like, oh my god, it's like you know what you're going to get. Which is like way.
I had a lot of friends who ate a lot of ecstasy in that time frame.
That time frame, because it was like
and
amazing.
I would on occasion, but it was always.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of course.
But not.
Like,
I thought you had more than.
Well, no, I did over the years though. So, but I always found that like so when that stuff was not good, it really sucked.
Totally, yeah.
And
it's definitely a.
And then there'd be this like time. There'd be like. I felt like because we would go out with a lot, so we had a lot of friends who DJ'd, and so.
Do you know Brett Long? Remember that guy?
I remember Brett.
Brett was my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But these all were like some of Payne's like straight friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And so we would go to their stuff, and it would be that like if it was all good, if the drugs were good, everybody had a great time.
Yeah.
And if the drugs weren't good, it was like misery.
Totally,
you know what I mean?
because like everybody's like wanting. It wasn't all about the music, and it wasn't all about the dance. It was all about like. All of it
together.
But what needed to happen was being on, like, you know, having a like strong vibe, whatever your choice is.
Yeah. Because
it was like that kind of party. It was just like.
And so we were never getting that high. So it was like, like you just stopped hanging around with those people because it was like they were chasing something that. Yeah. Like I was like they were their prime time for getting fucked up was like. 4 a.m. to 7 a.m.
That's what I was. I was just total
I've been at home in bed I'll be out till 2 or 3 in the morning, but I would never.
Man, I just like.
But I did all that during the 90s. I did all of that, like staying up all day and absolutely.
Yeah, plowing through it.
Yeah, and then like Sunday, like
Saturday is what I used to call it. Just Saturday and Sunday together. When you think about that, doesn't it seem like you're thinking about someone else? For me, because I'm like it was just so different and so. Like shocking in certain ways of like how often, how much compared to now. Because I'm just like, you know, like I said, if I did 2 or 3 times a year, I'm just like it'll just happen upon me, and it would not that it would wreck me, but like my brain wouldn't if I did it at any more frequency, I would not be.
I feel that same way about like. When I go to a festival and do a bunch of shows.
Totally, me too.
It's the same vibe for me.
I started like
high and peak, and I leave feeling good, but also like sad and
exactly. You're like you got a lot of juice, and it's funny you say that because like that was around the time that shortly after that's when I started comedy because I started when I was 32, and that was like 12, 13 years ago. And but like that's right. So I had like a year and a half maybe of overlap where I was in that party phase and I had this good job and I was doing whatever. But it was only about a year and a half, maybe 2.
Yeah.
When when I sort of like I got laid off and I was like, do I go all in? Kind of like what you made your like you've structured your life to be like. You know, you're making money on comedy. Or Jason, but you're going to be doing it from performance purely soon. But until then, it's like you got other stuff. So when I started doing that, that's when I started like not doing drugs as much, and it slowly tapered off. I wasn't like constantly not doing it. But all of a sudden, I was like, oh, I was so unhappy. That's like you're like oh, this is fun.
Yourself.
Totally, but you didn't realize that. Because the fun was crazy fun, but it was necessary. Whereas now I'm like. No, my favorite thing is to fucking talk shit with this is and I never thought that would ever be the case where you're like, you remember when you're like younger and you're like,
I'm still high right now, but whatever.
No, but that's different. I remember when you'd be like younger and be like, so you don't really drink like you don't get fucked up and you're like go out and have I could not wrap my head around anybody who was not like off the chain basically.
My mom's a drinker, so like I always alcohol. Like my early 30s, I decided I didn't like alcohol. Like, cause it's like the hangovers, I couldn't take the hangovers. So like I was able to cut that pretty easy. But then I would still drink beer, and so I was still getting drunk. But I feel like that stand up, like.
When you first started, did you like?
When I first started stand up, I still drank.
Me too.
But I don't drink now because like having a good set is so much better than being drunk.
Totally.
That I don't even like. You know what I'm saying?
That one's not going to.
Occasionally, I'll drink a beer because I'm too lazy to walk to the bar.
I can't remember the last time I had it. Really?
Yeah. Sometimes there's a PBR and I'll have one and I'll nurse it all night because there's no cups for water and I don't feel like walking to the bar.
That makes sense.
And I had a Truly recently just to.
What if you're like, and then I started doing that with Jack Daniels?
Yeah, I know. Liquor. I don't know. I love the taste of liquor, but I quit drinking liquor so long ago.
Me too.
I just don't touch it.
I don't remember the last time.
That's a young man's game. There's all these things that like when you're 20
beer to me drinking like 8 beers right now it kind of makes me feel like nauseous like in a bloat. I'm already bloated as fuck, but I'll take like a couple whiskeys but like and that isn't all.
I'll take like give me a 24 ounce Dr. Pepper
Yeah,
and
I'm Diet. I have a Diet Coke right here, right now.
I'd rather have the sugar than the
Me
drugs.
too.
Yeah,
Me too. Especially because what we like to do is like, it's not like a tall boy PBR is going to fuck up like your set or your like wherewithal, but it doesn't help it either. So it's like, why I don't give a fuck about it, like because that's really
if you
what.
drink even slightly too much, you'll sound like you're slurring.
Yeah,
I don't care who you are. Everybody does it a little bit.
Yeah,
and nothing kills my comedy boner more than thinking.
Me too.
So if somebody's drunk on stage, I don't like it. I don't enjoy it.
It informs you of a lot of things that most likely are true. You're making some assumptions, but what is most likely true is that that person doesn't really care that much about comedy.
Yeah.
Because they're not. They may be trying to kill, but like, what are the chances they're Stanhope and 7 beers and 10 beers actually makes them still a genius? Probably none.
Yeah.
So you're like, I immediately go. They don't love comedy.
But I will say that I have seen people, and even recently, drunk do a set, and I was like, all right, well, it wasn't that bad.
Oh no, for sure.
But I'm also like not like I don't enjoy watching it.
Yeah.
And I don't do it. I think I've only ever done it once. I think during one of the Skull Fests that I wasn't in, I had gone. It was when Rob won. We had all went to the finals, and I
was in the finals too.
Yeah. Oh, were you that? Was it with?
It was me and Dulce and Rob.
Okay.
And,
so at the Improv.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I hate to leave you out of the history of that.
Oh yeah.
Listen
Well, that was the only time.
Erasing your achievements. I'm not.
Which one?
Well, like Miran Kingati got so mad at me about not singing his, letting everyone know of his gifts. So I feel.
Oh really?
Yeah. Did I ever show you the text that he sent me?
No. What?
Where he said it was a delight meeting you, but I will never forgive you for not acknowledging my gift. He said that I didn't make enough fanfare and fuss about him. Maron, yeah.
Really?
And
he's a
he
fucking
was joking.
But his joking is like so fucking like not even veiled like of like some truth, because he's great. He's like,
absolutely.
He gave me so much shit about so much stuff. Like before, I never even saw him at the festival. Like I knew him in New York, but just happened like not to be able to see him this past time. And like I was so looking forward to it because he gives people shit in such a fucking perfect amount of pointedness and like, but still happy.
One of the funniest things I got to watch was, and I won't say who the comic was, but there was somebody doing DMT, and it wasn't who you think it was, but they were trying it. And so they did it, and the minute they were at that moment where they were high, Maron came in and was like, "What are you doing?"
Oh my God! You're like, "Oh, I did go to Andromeda, and there's a Maron there too."
Yeah. And they completely overpowered him with his personality. Like,
that's funny.
And it was so funny to watch.
That could either be a nightmare. Well,
it was funny because he totally ruined it.
Oh yeah.
But he didn't understand. He didn't know what was happening. So he didn't. So they tried to explain to him, and he did not care.
Yeah. They're like, "No, this is a spirit molecule right now, Maron." He's like, you're like,
he sent me this message that was like, "How dare you?" And he commented on something of mine recently where he commented on something I'm on Facebook, and he just called me a cunt.
Oh yeah,
and then
I commented something.
You said that seems fair or something.
I said I forgot what I said, but
good point. You said good point.
Good point, and then you said why are you?
No. What I said was Miron, I received that, and then Gilbert, how dare you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then I go, sorry, Ian. I was just trying to look cool or impress Maron.
Yeah, and I said that's a fool's errand, but I understand.
But the reason I even made that comment is because I was high and I was happy that he said "cunt" to you.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I didn't ask you if you got to to hang out with him.
Yeah.
But seeing that one word made me go, oh yeah, they're friends.
I think we're enemies now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just keeping abreast of me to torment me.
But you need an enemy. We'll call him.
I loved him.
We'll call him the enemy up north.
Yeah,
from the enemy up north from the Middle East.
Okay.
And
is he though? I thought he was from London.
Well, I mean,
he was very.
He's an Egyptian.
I thought he was hilarious.
Oh, he's the best.
I just forgot we were on a podcast and he might hear this. I doubt he'd listen.
Well, are you giving Joe Pettis?
He's not going to listen to this podcast.
Well, he is now. If he knows what's good for him.
I'm not going to.
If he wants to be on the next Last Comic Standing, you better listen.
He was on Last Comic Standing.
I'm supposed to be on the next one.
The next one.
Yeah.
He killed it at Red Clay.
I did. Like I said,
you never saw him at all.
I saw him, but I didn't get to talk to him. Here's why I saw him. The first night.
Well, I hope he texted you a nasty text.
He did, of course.
Did he? Okay.
That's my point. Like, yeah, because as soon as I saw yours, I was like, oh, he gets along with him too. I mean, if Maron's like, hey, buddy, great to see you. It's like, wow, he doesn't like him at all.
Yeah, probably.
But like, so it was the first night, and he was at Argosy. He was going to close that show.
Yep.
And as soon as he got up there, I got like 3 texts.
He forgot his name.
Yeah, but I got like 3 texts like shortly after he went up from like Jen and Mike and then somebody else. They were like, "Man, Mayron's crushing." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what he fucking does. That's why I like wanted to. That's why I booked him.
Yeah.
He's never seen him not crush." And then I walked in there and caught like the middle 10 minutes of it, and he was just murdering. And I was like, "Good." I'm glad, like, because I was like, that made me because it's a lot for those people that aren't the headliners that are featured, like to close out their shows. It's a lot riding on like their one being good for like me to like leave that. So I was like glad, but I never got a chance to actually talk to him.
And he was great. I would love to see him come back to Atlanta.
Yeah, me too.
Because he was just letting them have it, and they weren't prepared for any of it. I really wasn't either because I didn't know he was going to show up in like his jacket.
Oh, really?
His
I didn't either. Actually,
he had jewels and a fan, and I didn't think that's what he did.
I didn't either.
But it was like. I was there for all of it. I was there for every bit of it. And it was really funny to watch because like Annie Lockwood really did try her best to get the name down and have it and had like all of his. So you might have seen him on this and that and the other, and then she just
fucking the name.
Yeah.
Like,
she won't listen to this either though, so I'm not going to be.
No, it's funny if she did. I mean, like, it's like it doesn't
she
matter.
tried.
Yeah,
she did.
Well, you know, I mean,
and the rest of the show was amazing.
I mean, he is a foreign guy. Said one brown guy about the other.
Yeah, but it was kind of a killer, like everybody murdered, and that's such a great room. Like we do that date night show there.
Yeah,
every second Tuesday of the month. Myself and Jen Smith and Travis Jones do a show.
That room used to not be good, in my opinion. Now it is. Like in the last.
Well, we switched where it used to be in that.
You know what I'm talking about? It used to be like kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then when I noticed it, that last date night that I did, like right after the festival, I was like, oh yeah, this is like awesome.
Yeah, it's a fun room.
Except for that girl was there yelling. Remember that girl that was like so loud, drunk. Were you there for that?
Yeah, she sucked. I remember.
So I was like, when she walked in.
It's so weird to have a heckler there.
I know. When she walked in, she hugged me. And she goes, "Oh my God, it's good to see you. I heard you're closing." And I go, "Who the fuck is this?" Because. Like,
did you know her?
Well, here's how I figured out. So Jen goes, "How do you know her?" And I go, "I don't know. I mean, obviously I know her, but I don't know how." And then it finally hit me. She used to work across the street from Star Bar at that Lucky, like vintage clothing.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
So I used to go in there all the time because I love their like clothes. And one time I went in there. She knew I was a comedian somehow because we would talk. And it was a Monday, and she it was a Monday, and I invited her to Star Bar. Right? Yeah. She's like, "Oh, I've always wanted to go. I've heard it's like an amazing show." I was like, "Yeah, every week it's great." So she came and acted just like that.
Wow.
Trashed. And you know, as a comic, you know this as well as I do. A nightmare is when somebody shows up, this is somebody you know, and they're fucking heckling. And they're constantly coming up to you, and you have to be like, "Get away from me."
Oh, yeah.
I cannot make it seem like I condone any of this bullshit. These are my friends.
Absolutely.
And then she showed up again like that, that same state.
Yeah.
Just like a traveling heckler.
Wow.
She like heckles right when she hits the door.
Wow. So does she even know that?
Isn't that crazy? Like that night, she was completely like, she lit into Minori like right off the bat, and you're like, this is the first comic. How are you this fucking trash?
That's so fucking crazy. That's funny. Yeah, that's how it is though. I've had a couple of my friends decide that they want to do stand up.
Oh yeah.
And then they start coming around, and one of them in particular, like it was really embarrassing because he would come watch other people and then be like, "I'm funnier than them."
Oh no.
I'm like, yeah. I mean, just it was brutal. It was brutal,
dude. Like,
and that was at a time where like. I think it was like the first time I was ever on Star Bar.
Yeah.
He came. Did all that and was saying that. I was like, shut up.
That's the wrong place.
I'll never be on the show again.
The only person that can walk into Star Bar and say that every week is Clayton English. Otherwise, we're all like a one thread away from having a set that's going to make us like. I mean, we do well there, but like that place is so great that you're like, there's so many great comics that the bar is just set so high.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I just did it Monday.
You can't imagine going, "Hey, I'm about to crush in here." It's like it's Star Bar. Well, that's standard.
I know, right? Well, and I just did it Monday, and I did a set. I closed on a new joke.
Yeah,
because he sort of, and it wasn't great. And I was like, and people were like, "Great set." I'm like, "Fuck
that's pretty positive to close like. But had it gone the other way, it would have been that much more elated.
Well, I messed up my time because I ended up doing a little longer than I thought I was going to do. But it was still like one of those things where it was like, I made the bad choice and did that. But
yeah,
I also,
it's so disappointing to you. Like,
yes, but it's like. Okay, well, I'll remember that set. I'll remember because I've only ever had one or two bad sets in that room.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
And I remember
I've had
them.
a few, and they're not many, but like
I had
it
one
feels
where I
awful.
tripped and fell on my face. Like, I got on stage.
Really?
And I have a tape of it, and you hear me go. Oh, no, I don't have a video. I don't have a video.
Oh, I was gonna say you should send that in the festival. This guy always falls on his face when he wants to. Let's get him.
All right, so we're getting to the point where we should be wrapping up.
Sure, have you started yet?
Yeah, we haven't even.
We started.
So you're straight.
So
right?
it's called straight podcast.
Straight podcast.
Yeah.
This is
I forgot to tell you. So my idea for the green room thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
When I'm high, I'm like, I think we tangents, but I'm really
we have
like
producers listening to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, industry listens to this.
Joel Byers, if you're listening. I'm just kidding.
I'll take that out.
Okay. I love Joel. So
I'll definitely take that out.
You're gonna just like piece all this together and be like, Gilbert does not like gay people or black people. How did you do that dubbing like that? No, my special.
If you could just say "I am Mustard Boy" over and over again, that'd be great.
I am Mustard Boy. I am Mustard Boy. Heil who? What's that? What's that sign you're putting up?
Heil who?
I'm not gonna say Heil that guy. By the way, what's all the swastika stuff in there? It's weird.
It's from Payne's family. I don't know. There's no swastika.
Is this? No, I'm being honest with you. Like
those are buttholes.
The listeners, I'm being honest. I can't tell if this is like a fetish thing or are you guys Nazis? Because I can see. I mean, more likely it would be a fetish thing.
Right.
But there's a lot of fucking Hitler shit.
I'm already not going to get on SNL. I don't need that too. Okay.
I am. I'm going to get on SNL. No, but like the special would be just like what you described.
Yeah.
It would be in the green room, and it would be various like comics like going up and we're making comments about stuff like that, and then I would like talk about like try to slip in like material, but maybe you have a flashback to actual sets. But the special ends with me being introduced on stage.
Okay.
So it'd be like, but I can't figure out how to do it without being like cheesy. Where you're like, you know what, this reminds me of, and then like it goes into a joke. It has to be most riff heavy, but
yeah.
Anyway, I have it on my desk by Monday.
My idea was for a series, and yours is just for a special.
Oh my God, you're right. Why I don't have to? There's not much pressure.
And then you don't even have to tell any jokes. You just riff, so you don't have to waste any of your material, your precious material.
That's a good idea. Oh my God, you just gave me the best possible idea because I don't have to prepare for that.
Take it.
It's like
please go make a lot of money for it because like that's just what I need is.
You mean make? Yeah, me too. I'm gonna make a lot of money. That's why I got into comedy.
All the money
was to get paid, dog.
Money, right?
Dude, I've been getting paid since like. I mean,
I sold 5 T-shirts this weekend.
Did you?
Talk about getting paid.
Yeah.
I still haven't gotten paid.
You still haven't?
I'm just kidding.
Talk about getting paid. Hey, somebody know how to get paid?
Who gets paid? Tell people where they can find you. Well,
you can find me on this podcast.
Yes, but you run the Red Clay Comedy Festival.
RedClayComedyFestival.com. It's this is our last year was our 5th year, and it's in East Atlanta.
5th year?
Yeah, it was a 5th. It was like
best times.
It really came together this year. It's the first time I've been able to say. I mean, I've enjoyed.
I was just talking to somebody who was at one of the Maria Bamford shows, and they were just like,
"Oh man,
raving about
Maria was
how good the show was and how good all the other shows."
I've been trying to get Maria since day one,
yeah.
And she's my favorite to watch live as far as like. This person is not from this planet.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Stand-up wise,
right?
And she always has been. So it was great that came together this year because this year a lot of the little things like came together all at once, and we figured out how to like take it wise and how to stagger the shows and make them like well attended.
Yeah.
And then it happened, and everybody was killing it. It was the first time it was like really like, oh, this is great. Yeah. It's fun.
Everybody's having fun.
Yeah.
All the shows were well attended. Yeah, it was killing it.
Rory was amazing.
Yeah.
And like all the like Shane Moss and Dave Wade.
Yeah, it was killing. It was
great.
But so next year it'll be October or something?
It'll be the first weekend in October. I think it's pretty much what we're going to do every year, and it's it'll all be in East Atlanta again. We're trying to figure out who.
It's walkable. You can park your car.
Every show is within 2 blocks of each other.
Yeah, that's great.
And that's the part that really was a game changer 2 years ago. We accidentally did it.
Yeah.
All in East Atlanta, and people have told me like people that run High Plains. They were like, Adam was like. It should be all right together. And I've done it once. And you did it right. It's great.
Yeah,
right? I haven't done it in a few years, but it's fucking awesome, right?
Yeah.
So when I did it, I'd already talked to Adam about like me being interested in doing a festival. So I was like picking his brain. And he's like, tell me about it being on the same block, whatever.
Yeah.
And then the first couple we had were like within a quarter mile of each other. It was like the hangar and like whatever. But then And then I was like, yeah, I mean, they're pretty close to it. He's like, no, I'm saying like right. And then when we did that the third year, I was like, oh, there's a huge difference between 50 yards and a quarter mile. And it's not
as
just
a comic,
subtraction.
You never have to drive anywhere but one place.
As an attendee.
Yeah.
That's why they buy passes.
Yeah.
And they're priced reasonably for what they're getting, and they can just pop in and out of stuff. So it really feels like a actual like a music festival for both comics. That's what was great this year. The comics and the comedy fans really fucking met in this weird middle place where we're like, they're both awesome.
Yeah,
like we had great comics, but these comic fans were like, oh, you guys get it. You're going to all these podcasts.
Yeah,
you're going to these other shows. You love Rory. You love like Maria. You love all these other like Clayton and like what and it was. And having the passes in.
He doesn't say last names. Rory Scovel, Maria Manford, Clayton English.
Rory Albanese, and Eliza Schlesinger is the best. She has a World War II joke.
Hold my dog.
She doesn't hold my, instead of hold my beer, hold my dog. She has a World War II joke where I believe it goes like this. Oh my God, I got so drunk last night that my hangover feels like I was at World War II.
All right, but you can't be doing other people's material.
That's not our material. I'm just guessing.
I'm fucking with you. All right, so you can find me.
Go to Stamps.
This is supposed to be a half an hour and it's 40 minutes.
Stamps.com is where you should go. Go to AdamandEveStamps.com for your pornographic postage needs.
Stamps.com.
You can find me on Facebook. Oh my God, for now. But yeah, so redclaycomedy.com. Go to the website. We're going to announce some stuff pretty soon. And where else can you find me? Probably up in the club. You know what I'm saying? Probably just tweaking out somewhere. Taking my problems to the dance floor.
Hanging out at the bar at the St. Regis Hotel.
Yeah. Well, only when I'm tricking. My turn. Yeah. Whenever some European diplomats are in town, I can make a couple bucks.
When you're trying to drink, that's where you go.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so this. We're done.
No, it can't be done.
We gotta be done.
Ian, look at me. I need
There's
this.
another person waiting.
Okay. I'm just kidding. All right. This has been fun. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. This is Straight People. I'm Ian Aber. That was Gilbert.
I'm Gilbert. Thank you very much.